I guess the way I look at it is it's our boats that are famous.
I've been sailing J-boats since college.
J24 became it. That became the class.
I've sailed a lot of different kinds of boats and a lot competitively, and there's nothing like a J-boat.
I thought my sailing career was coming to an end because my wife wouldn't sail with me. I didn't have a boat big enough to take the whole family on, and I really couldn't afford to buy one. I had always wanted to build one myself or have one of my designs built, and I figured this was my big chance. One of our 3 bays in our garage became the place where I could build my boat.
So I got to sort of witness this boat be built in front of our eyes, and we got to help him build it, and it really became a family and community project.
It was lighter and faster and relatively beamy for its length, and it had accommodations unusual to a 24-foot boat, so you could sleep 4 people on the boat, and it was just really fast and really fun to sail.
It was exciting. We all had matching light blue t-shirts. We were sailing against boats with ominous names like Cookie Monster and, Dragon Slayer, big boats with big guys, and we were a bunch of little tykes on a J24.
And my father, being a sailor that he was at the time, I said to Rodney, geez, you got a nice boat there. It's really different. People like sailing the thing. Why don't you mass produce it? Rodney looks at him and says, I never thought of that. And then obviously he probably had thought about it, and he brought his brother Bob in, who was the marketing genius, and the two of them got together, and the rest is history.
Starting out a new business is a little bit like night flying. You have to go on the basis of your instruments. And our instruments at the time were a successful prototype, Rod's Ragtime, a very good builder in Everett Pearson, but probably key was that we had market research. Most of the boats at that time were O'Day 25s, Catalina 22s, Spaceship 23s, but there was not a boat that had the excitement that would carry people from their Sunfish and their Hobie Cats and their off the beach boats to the next level that you could have fun with in street clothes.
The boat will do what you want it to do, when you want it to do it, and it will do it easily. I mean, it's very maneuverable and it's stable. The J24 still fits the bill for being a fast boat. You can go out in light air and you'd be sailing along and somebody would be sailing on some other kind of boat, and the person in the other boat will lean over and say, "You got your motor on?"
There really wasn't any competitor that was ready to, I think, compete with us. I think it's built an image of being a top quality, high performance boat at a fair price.
It's not like buying your quadruple turbocharged Ferrari that does 400 miles an hour. You're buying your nice Mercedes family sedan or saloon that can go fast but be safe and comfortable.
They changed the face of yachting in the United States and the world. They brought a lot of people into sailing and made one design racing popular again.
There's no other boat in the industry that attracts the level of competition that J-Boats does. And it's a big spectrum. The top sailors are sailing J-Boats in the same regatta that someone that's just a club racer is sailing J-Boats, and that's what they've done so well.
They helped build sailing in North America. Those two guys, they can't get enough accolades. It's hard work, it's blood, sweat, and tears, but the bottom line is they loved it. They're still down at the boat show, peddling product and having a blast, and Rod's still telling you about the next little feature. And when you love something as much as those two guys love it, it's infectious.
They certainly have affected thousands and thousands of owners and obviously crew who sail these boats. And they're very highly respected all over the world, which has been terrific for them and for the company and obviously for the country.
The whole family has very much been mentors to me in very different ways. And their attitude about sailing, their humor, their competitiveness, their support of women sailing, and I've just had so much fun with all of them throughout my sailing career, and I can't think of anyone who's been more supportive than them.
Very much honored, and particularly because it's a seaport. And particularly because when you look at the list of people who have been previously honored, wow.
I've owned 5 J-boats, but I've owned other boats in between, but I keep coming back to J-boats.
But I don't know any unhappy J-boat owners, and really, I bet you don't either.
Simply put, I know of no other men who have done so much for sailing. They have built thousands of boats and introduced multiples of that in terms of sailors to sailing.
It's not just about me or not just about Rod. It's about what we've done for others. It's not the fact that I won races, but it's the contribution, I think, to the sport and America and the sea.